Seeking to shake things up in the ring, the longtime developer of WWE SmackDown is throwing blows for another fighting franchise this year with UFC 2009 Undisputed. With a fresh new face and a deep combat system, this next-gen re-entry of mixed martial arts is shooting for success. But will the so-called fastest-growing sport in the world be just as quick to pin down fans on the consoles?
Oh, beautiful hook! And it is all over!
Though its Osaka-based dev team Yuke's worked on a number of past WWE games, make no mistake about it, Undisputed is no wrestling game. Much like the sport it's based on, Undisputed draws in a diverse set of disciplines to forge its dynamic and true-to-life style of play. There will be no chair swinging, table smashing, or partner tagging shenanigans to take part in here. Inside the octagon, it's strictly business. You'll find out exactly what this means when you rumble through the game's main play modes. In Exhibition, you can go at it as any of the 80-plus UFC fighters included in the game. Career Mode, meanwhile, frames the game's core experience in a sim-style campaign, allowing you to custom-tailor your own homegrown fighter. Custom contenders can vary in size, weight class, and appearance, but the real detail to take note of is your scrapper's fighting style, which encompasses real-life disciplines like Muay Thai, boxing, and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. The differences between each style are subtle but evident. Muay Thai practitioners emphasize the use of flying knees and clinch strikes, while judo and wrestling fighters make use of throws and slams to capsize opponents. Being able to mix and match these disciplines at your leisure turns up some interesting variants of conventional and unorthodox style combinations, affecting how certain characters are played and how you approach certain matchups. From there, it's up to you to build up your character's rep in and out of the ring by duking it out in matches, training in the gym, and even taking some time for the occasional photo op. The more of an impression you make, the more your cred builds. Cred gives you access to all sorts of benefits like better training equipment or visits from fighting coaches representing various schools that can teach you new techniques.
When it comes to talent, this organization has the best in the world, period. And every single one of them is ready for you.
If you've played a lot of wrestling games, then the framework behind Undisputed's career mode might feel a little familiar, but it also benefits from a pace that's far more brisk, allowing players to get in and out of matches quickly without having to deal with too much micromanagement. Thoughtful, well-placed touches pick up the slack, like training camp drills, which help you reinforce your basic style foundations, or the sparring matches you can participate in, where you'll get pointers on how to approach your next matchup. The attention to detail carries over even into Undisputed's interpretation of the classic fighting game Challenge Mode. Classic Fights Mode tasks you with recreating the exact conditions of legendary UFC matches. If you're successful, you're rewarded with a highlight reel of the actual bout.
Wow, what a finish. That was a great recreation of that stunning knockout. Thanks for playing the Classic Fights mode, and be sure to check out the new reward you've unlocked.
Undisputed's overall structure doesn't exactly reinvent the wheel, but with finely polished textures and a well-implemented style system, the game still manages to deliver something that feels new. And with online multiplayer thrown in the mix, players can at least know full well that their UFC experience will extend past butting heads on the couch.
Oh, to the head! And it is all over! Winner by knockout! Oh, that head kick landed!
Undisputed is a ring fighter with an emphasis on two central aspects of MMA, the stand-up game and ground game. If you're not prowling around the ring looking for a chance to land a knockout blow, you're on the ground aiming for that submission and subsequent tap-out. Punches and kicks are mapped to face buttons, with shoulder buttons delegated to high and low attack modifiers and blocking positions. The right analog stick governs everything related to grappling. Flicking it in a specific direction allows you to counter incoming strikes, while pushing forward lets you go in for a clinch or shoot. The control scheme initially feels like a mouthful, but it's simple enough to grasp within your first round in the ring. Once both fighters are on the mat, the game's paced as a complete 180, becoming all about mounting a solid offense or maintaining a strong defense by way of transitions. By timing circular thumbstick motions, you're able to secure better offensive and defensive positions to lay on the pain or escape. If you're feeling particularly ballsy, you can even try to catch your rival's fist mid-air for a chance reversal. Just be mindful of your stamina. Every punch and kick you toss out will make you increasingly susceptible to a TKO by submission. Undisputed's fighting system is no doubt intricate and seriously daunting for anyone that wants to completely digest its nuances. Many moves require modifier buttons, and in one case, you're asked to use the right analog stick and face buttons at the same time. Yet there's a tremendous amount of scalability that makes it possible for players of all skill levels to get into it. Playing cat and mouse with your opponent's striking distance is a game all unto itself, and the nearly endless variations of counters, reversals, and transitions make high-level play feel very cerebral.
Oh, that's a big shot!
Above all, the fighting system makes you feel like you're truly in a fight, where every victory and loss is a direct result of your actions. Not a lot of competitive games manage to achieve that, but Undisputed has it down to a science.
Final second. Left hook, he's down!
No matter how you look at it, Undisputed is definitely a crowd pleaser from all angles. Each of the game's 80-plus fighters is rendered with impressive detail and convincing physics. Sweat glistens, shorts crumple, and flesh ripples with incredible believability, and the fluid animations behind each ground transition are smooth as butter. The collision detection is also surprisingly spot on. Glancing blows will miss, and well-timed haymakers will hit, resulting in airborne mouthguard ejections and satisfying playbacks of your coup de grace. Undisputed also sounds great, with seamless color commentary from UFC broadcasters Mike Goldberg and Joe Rogan.
He's going for the Kimura. Joe, he might finish it here. He's got a very nice escape.
The crowd reacts to each blow, whether it misses or lands, and the uproar that commences after a match-winning ground and pound is nothing short of magical.
Yeah, he's still really out of... That's a... Oh, man, it is over!
One ding is that it fails to really capture the electricity of a real UFC fight. There are awkward, silent loading screens that zap matches of some of their momentum.
Joe, this building is electric. What a classic matchup.
Beneath its standard run of modes and a fighting system almost too big to contain is an extremely fun and well-thought-out brawler that, even without the UFC license, would stand very strong. It's incredibly complicated, but that's also what makes it as deep and strategic as the real thing. Even if you aren't particularly fond of sweating men pummeling the snot out of each other, you'll be surprised just how fun it can be.